Well, there's another winter spent in Florida in the books.
Sad to see it go already so fast.
Yeah, we're up here in Gulf Shores, Alabama on our way home, and we, like to take a different way home each time, so we came west this time.
It's actually our second stop since we've left our park.
Yeah, and we're kind of adjusting to going from mid to high 80s to, what's it going to be, maybe, if we're lucky, 70 degrees today. As you can see, it's cloudy. A little chilly this morning. So, but anyhow, this is a huge campground, and so we're going to give you guys a look at it. If you're ever in the Alabama Gulf Shores area and you're traveling with your RV, you're going to have to check this one out. There's a lot of cool stuff to do. It looks like, we haven't had a chance to venture out very much yet, but it looks like there's a lot of stuff pretty close that you could get to easily on your bicycles or walking. Yep, so we're going to give you a tour, and you're going to be putting some stuff on Instagram? Sure. Okay, you can also follow us on Instagram. She'll be putting pictures and things like that on Instagram. I think you've already started, haven't you? I did. Okay, yeah. Check us out on Instagram too. So we're going to go check out this park. Stick with us, and we'll show you around. Gulf State Park sits on 6,500 acres, and within that 6,500 acres, there's also 3 lakes.
So in addition to the campground, the state park also has 2 miles of beaches, a brand new lodge, and you can reserve cottages and outpost campsites.
Yeah, that's nice if you're going to be here with your RV and maybe you have family coming and they don't have an RV, there's someplace they could stay too and not stay in your RV with you.
Absolutely.
As you pull into the park to check in, there's going to be somebody out front here to help guide you, show you where to park while you go in to check in and kind of give you directions and get you to where you need to be. And another cool thing about this particular state park is they also offer monthly bookings between the months of November and March. So if you're a snowbird, this might be a good place for you to stay.
You can see on the left there's a bathhouse, restrooms. They're remodeling, totally renovating. So I think maybe like half are done.
Yeah, that's nice that they're putting some money into the park. You can see they also have pull-through sites here on the left. And as we go through the park here, you'll see that a lot of the back end, actually all the back end sites are angled, so it makes it easier to get backed in. And the streets are plenty wide enough to give you plenty of room, even if you're coming in with a big rig.
Oh yeah, the spacious lots. There's 496 full hookup sites.
Yeah, for a state park, that many full hookup sites is awesome. And the sites are pretty level. We did not have much leveling to do once we backed in. I hit the button and before I know it, it was beeping telling me it was leveled and we weren't far off.
Well, not only level, they're really big too.
Yeah, very spacious sites. They've got this really spread out for this many sites. It's really nice. And these are some of the lakefront pull-through sites over on Middle Lake. And again, they're all full hookup. I apologize for some of the shakiness in the camera work, guys. I was trying out something new this time and it wasn't quite as stable as I thought it was going to be. And as we finish up this little part of the tour on our site here, you'll see not only is the site where you park the rig paved, but there's also some paved area for your table, and you also have a little charcoal grill that comes with the site. Another cool way they have this campground set up is what they call their hospitality hub.
So that includes this huge pool with a splash pad for the kids.
Yeah, it's nice when you walk in through the door too. They also on the board tells you what the water temperature is, so you can tell they take pride in this park and they take really good care of it. There's also a nature center back here in the hospitality hub, as well as a camp store, laundry area, and there's also courtesy docks down there, and we'll give you a look at all that.
Camp store's not huge, but it has your basics.
Yeah, as far as groceries, it's kind of the basics, and then there's, you know, you can see souvenirs.
So as we're over here exploring this area, I noticed there's a shuttle service, and apparently you can pick that up at different locations throughout the park, and it takes you to all kinds of interesting places to go see and visit.
This is just one of the sections of the many miles of bike trails here in the park, and right here we're going over Shelby Lake, and this takes you over to a day use area where you can just come in and use the park for picnics and whatever else. You don't have to necessarily be staying in the campground. This pedestrian bridge is really nice, and it looks kind of steep to be riding your bike up there, but we went real easy. And I realize we have e-bikes, but it went easier than even some of the overpasses that we deal with on the trail down in Florida. So this is a nice way to get over the highway safely and get over to the pier.
And the beaches.
Yeah, you can access the beach right from the pier as well, or right out of the main entrance from the park. You can just walk across the street, and the beaches are right across the street. So everything is pretty much accessible with a bicycle or even walking.
Yeah, if you don't mind walking a little distance.
But if you're traveling with your bicycles or even e-bikes like we do, then, you know, it's just a short distance to everywhere here. One thing about the pier, when you check in at the campground, they're going to give you a parking pass that goes on the dashboard of your vehicle, and they recommend you taking a picture of that. So if you show them that picture of your parking pass from the campground here at the pier, then you get onto the pier for free without any charge.
Yeah, there's like a check-in window.
Yeah, right there by the store. Of course, you can see everybody enjoys fishing off this pier. And some work to that too. The end of it, they were tearing out.
Yeah, the end was under construction, and access the very end of it.
Look at these beaches.
Yeah, too bad it was red flag day.
Yeah, there was a couple of red flag days that they didn't want you in the water, but these beaches are absolutely beautiful and clean. Didn't notice any of the seaweed like we did down in Florida on the beaches. So we're going to give you a little look at some of these bike trails. You can see a lot of them are boardwalk style trails that go over some of the marshy areas.
And then it transitions down to paved roads. There's what, 28 miles we said?
I think there's like 28 miles.
Yeah, 28 miles of bike trails or hiking trails.
So if you like to ride your bike and like scenery, there's plenty to see. You can see it goes around the whole perimeter of the campground. And it just transitions back and forth between paved and some of these boardwalks, which is kind of cool because you can stop along these boardwalks in these swamps and see all kinds of wildlife. Okay, so that's Gulf State Park here in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Wow.
It's really big.
Yeah, it's, you know, one of the things that I like about it though is there's a lot of sites here, but they spread it out.
They're very spacious sites.
Absolutely.
Think so. Yeah.
I thought Ohio State Parks did a good job, but they have done a spectacular job here. You know, and maybe it's because we've been so used to being cramped up in some of the parks in Florida for so long that it's nice to spread out when we get up here. It's
could be that we're so used to being packed right on top of each other.
It could be, but you can see there is so much stuff to do here too. And I would think that if you come even later in the season, this is the end of March, if you get into April and May, it's got to be absolutely beautiful here, regardless of what you want to do. I mean, whether it's hang out at the beach, fish on the pier,
bike ride. There's lots of trails to ride. I think there's, I don't remember, 28 miles maybe.
It just seems like no matter where you go on these trails, there's something cool to see too. And that alligator that we saw yesterday was a beast.
Yeah.
I've not seen an alligator in real life that big yet. That was a beast. And it seems like the word got out throughout the park too that he was there, because everybody was going down there to see him.
Or she.
Or she, whatever it is.
I think it was a mama. There was a baby there, so.
Well, who knows? But so again, this is our second stop, and from here on the way home we go straight north now. We're just going to go up through Alabama this time and kind of avoid Georgia and Atlanta and up through Nashville. So I don't know, maybe you want to write a country song about RV life on our way up there. You can stop and record it while we're there, huh?
Yeah, right.
But you know, if you follow us on Instagram also, again, there'll be plenty of pictures and things like that. And I think it's cool when people see us on the road. We've already had, when we left Florida, it wasn't long, we weren't on the road long, and somebody was already messaging us that, hey, we just passed you on North 75. So that's kind of cool that people reach out. And I think there was a couple people that we follow each other on Instagram here in the park today.
Yeah, two. Actually, two people, and we don't even have that many followers yet. So
it's kind of cool that we get to run into those people while we're out and about. I mean, I realize we're not doing this like the full-time people are, where they're moving around and every couple weeks and seeing more that we are. I mean, someday we'll be full-time.
Someday.
We're not really in that big of a hurry to get there, even though it sounds more and more attractive every day. But, you know, and the thing is, we met this gal in paying at Walmart. She asked us where we were from and what we were doing, and we told her, and she's just like, that's so cool, I want to do that someday. And you know, our answer to her was, then get out there and do it. Don't wait. And it doesn't matter if you're ready to be full-time or not. Just get out there and enjoy the outdoors. Get out there and enjoy.
In whatever you can afford, whether it be a tent, a pop-up, a travel trailer, a fifth wheel, it doesn't matter. Just do it. Yeah,
don't wait for the day that you can have the big 1-ton truck and the luxury fifth wheel. It took us a while to get here. This is number 9, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
You know, and there's probably going to be a number 10, who knows. But you know, just get out there and enjoy it. There's so much to see in this country, even in your own state probably. I mean, we've discovered things in the state of Ohio we didn't think that kind of scenery and that kind of landscape existed in Ohio, and it does. So just get out there, even if it's just in a starter rig.
Just for the weekend.
Just for the weekend. You know what else was cool? This park is so big and there are so many RVs in here. As an ambassador for Keystone, I was really kind of picking them all out, and how many Keystone products are in here this week is kind of cool. So in Montana, we saw quite a few Montanas in here. So it's kind of cool to see those brands and people getting out and enjoying them. And they're everything from a tiniest little travel trailer up to, there's bigger rigs in here than what we're traveling in. So just get out there, enjoy it, do it. You know, this year we've had,
make memories. That's the thing.
Absolutely. And you know, so what are some, I mean, we had some good days down in Florida this year, and then we've learned a lot too.
Yeah.
Our rig, the surge protector, or their electrical management system in our Montana, has saved it numerous times this year. So if you are going to be new to RVing, or if you've been RVing for a while and you don't have some kind of a protection system for your electrical system in your RV, I highly recommend you get something on there.
There's so many parks out there that have subpar electricity, so you never know when you're going to come upon something like that.
Or
better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, or what can happen, you know, last year in that park we didn't have any trouble at all, and this year it just seemed like our system was shutting the rig down a few times a day, and it saved our rig. So, and
then it would go a couple weeks without any problems at all, so I'm not really sure what was happening there, but either way our surge protector is saving us. So
yep, and so hopefully the rest of the trip home is a nice smooth trip home. We've unfortunately picked up some bad diesel fuel, so if some of you saw some of that on Instagram, me under the truck, I had to stop and change the filters, and we've been working on that. And fortunately we have a really good dealership back home, Ford dealership, so we can call them and say, hey, are we doing this right, or are we doing this wrong? And so they walked us through everything to do to get us home. So hopefully the rest of the trip goes well. I guess that's just part of traveling in an RV too. You never know what's going to happen. So if you guys happen to see us traveling up 65 through Alabama
and we're broke down along the side of the road,
that wasn't funny.
Well, no, you never know.
That was not funny. I don't think that's going to happen, but you know, don't hesitate to honk, wave, or hit us up on Instagram that you just saw us, and we'll see you guys on the next video.
Thanks for watching.